So on the matter of 1 John 3:9, which begins with, each one who has been born of God does not sin, not the inner man which has been born of God. Is that talking about believers or Jesus Christ himself specially? So 1 John 3:10a does not refer back to 1 John 3:9 to conclude that those who do not sin are children of God, born of God, otherwise with a single sin, a continuance, a practice of sin, and habitual sin, and then an individual has not been born of God. Let's take a look at 1 John 3:10a, just to review it. 1 John 3:10, which comes after 9. No one who is born of God practices sin, or does sin, because his seed abides in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God. Then 10, by this the children of God and the children of the devil are obvious. See, that's not connected. By this the children of God and the children of the devil are obvious. Anyone who does not practice righteousness is not of God, and the one who does not love his brother. You see, you can't connect these. The context is going backwards. The one who practices sin is of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. The Son of God appeared for this purpose, to destroy the works of the devil. Who will you follow? Well, no one who is born of God practices sin, because his seed abides in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God. So follow the one born of God, Jesus Christ, the Son of God. There is the context. The Son of God appeared for this purpose, to destroy the works of the devil. No one like Jesus, the Son of God, who was born of God, practices sin. Because you don't want to follow the devil who practices sin. He's of the devil, because the devil has sinned from the beginning. See? So you don't want to follow the devil. You want to follow the one born of God. That's not you. You have sin nature in you, as well as the inner man. Got it? So 1 John 3:9, each one who has been born of God does not sin, for his God's seed remains in him, and he cannot sin because he has been born of God. 1 John 3:10a, in this is made manifest the children of God and the children of the devil. Note that in 1 John 3:10a, in this the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. It is contended by some to refer back to the context of 1 John 3:9 in order to conclude the section with a statement that those who do not sin are children of God, born of God, but that's not the case. Otherwise, with a single sin, a continuous practice of sin and habitual sin, then an individual has not been born of God. But who will be? Nobody. No one can be given that mandate that once they're born of God, they don't sin. Don't practice sin. If you practice sin once a month, that's a continuous sin. See? So, but it is a child of the devil destined for the lake of fire. If this is correct, and it is not, then 1 John 3:10a stipulates whoever is born of God and whoever is not is determined by observation of one's own and someone else's behavior. That which is absolutely sinless behavior proves out that one who is born of God, some contend a continuation of sin or a practice of sin or habitual sin is the view, but all it takes is an occasional, even a single sin, to become a continuation of practice of an habitual sin, disqualifying that person for being a believer. Otherwise, with a single sin, an individual is not born of God, but a child of the devil destined for the lake of fire. Since all mankind, aside from Jesus Christ in his humanity, remains capable of sin with finite, flawed natures and mentalities, then no one is able to accurately discern who is sinless and who is not. Hence, 1 John 3:9 to 10a cannot be a test to see if someone is saved, as there is nobody qualified in the human race to actually accurately perform or pass that test except Jesus Christ himself, who is wholly born of God. We aren't. Furthermore, if it is true that one becomes absolutely sinless as a result of becoming born of God, and it is not, then no one as yet has become born of God except Jesus Christ himself. So 1 John 3:10a is best understood as looking forward to a new section with 10b finishing the thought begun in 10a. In this is made manifest the children of God and the children of the devil. The one who is not doing righteousness is not of God. For the moment, if a believer is not doing righteousness, he's not of God, and he is not loving his brother. But for the moments that he is, he is. We have the capacity to do either, just like Paul in Romans chapter 7. Therefore, 1 John 3:10a begins another section in 1 John. Note that the implication of 1 John 3:10 is therefore that a child of God, born of God, is to abide in the righteousness of the Son of God in God's Word, a key message of 1 John. Abide, right? Study, show yourself approved, obey. You fall short, 1 John 1:9. And you will fall short. 1 John 1:8 says, if you have not sinned, you're a liar, and if you do not sin, you make God out to be a liar. 1 John 1:10. There you go.